seismic transformation is sweeping through global financial markets, upending decades-old assumptions and thrusting the Iraqi Dinar (ECD) and Vietnamese Dong (VND) into unprecedented prominence. For years, the notion of a global currency revaluation lingered on the fringes, championed by steadfast communities who face skepticism, ridicule, and institutional silence. Now, in a dramatic departure from speculation, verified sources confirm astonishing rates. The IQD has soared to 7.73 per unit, and the VND has surged to 5.03. These are not rumors or projections from obscure corners of the internet, but concrete figures substantiated by institutional records and displayed on elite trading platforms. Chase Bank, a cornerstone of global finance under JP Morgan Chase, has publicly validated these rates through live exchange transactions, turning conjecture into undeniable reality. This seismic shift reverberates across markets, silencing doubters and compelling mainstream media to acknowledge a new economic narrative. The currency landscape of 2025 is no longer a quiet debate, but a bold, transformative stage. For IQD and VND holders, this is a pivotal moment demanding decisive action. As the financial world recalibrates around these historic changes, the significance of this moment lies not only in the staggering numbers, but in the profound context behind them and the rapid pivot of financial pole institutions toward open recognition. For decades, IQD and VND investors operated in the shadows, diligently tracking banking reforms, geopolitical shifts, and foreign investment trends with unwavering commitment. Their persistence is now vindicated as official rate charts appear on professional trading platforms, and banks adjust foreign exchange policies to reflect these new valuations. This transformation is the culmination of deliberate economic reforms in Iraq and Vietnam, positioning both nations as formidable players in global finance. From Baghdad to Wall Street, discussions once confined to speculative forums now dominate boardrooms and policy briefings. The revaluation RV community's long-held vision is no longer a distant hope, but a tangible reality. The IQD's meteoric rise and the VND's commanding surge reflect over a decade of strategic preparation, including Iraq's banking overhaul and Vietnam's disciplined trade policies. This is not a fleeting market anomaly, but a carefully orchestrated shift, validated by data and global alignment, heralding a new era for currency markets. The confirmation by Chase Bank has sent shockwaves through the global currency trading ecosystem, elevating the IQD and VND revaluation from neat speculation to a defining financial event. When a titan, like JP Morgan Chase, endorses real-time exchange rates, it signals a fundamental reshaping of the currency landscape. Insider reports suggest other major banks, including Wells Fargo, Citibank, and Bank of America, are preparing to align with these new benchmarks, with internal memos circulating to adapt protocols. Analysts who once dismissed revaluation talk are now revising forecasts, while institutional investors, hedge funds, and pension managers recalibrate strategies to seize emerging opportunities. This is not merely a series of isolated transactions, but the spark of a global wealth movement. The RV narrative, once mocked as fringe, is now operational, backed by indisputable data. The currency game has changed irreversibly, with markets responding not with doubt, but with awe. For years, RV advocates endured cycles of hope and disappointment, clinging to central bank announcements and insider tips. Today, their resilience is rewarded with a historic turning point that redefines global monetary dynamics. Iraq's ascent to this transformative moment is the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, and national leadership. While global attention focused on Iraq's oil wealth, astute investors track subtler developments, de-dollarization efforts, tightened money supply, anti-corruption measures, and centralized fiscal reforms. These initiatives created a robust foundation for the IQD's restored strength, now visible on global FX boards. Iraq has also strategically diversified its international partnerships, forging ties with China, Russia, and European nations to secure flexible trade channels. No longer reliant on outdated currency pegs, Iraq leverages its oil revenues to bolster currency reserves, ensuring the IQD's value is actively managed through global trade. This is not a temporary spike, but a sustained achievement, rooted in sovereign strategy. For IQD holders who persevered through years of skepticism, this moment represents an unparalleled opportunity. The currency's newfound prominence is not a speculative bubble, but a reflection of Iraq's emergence as a sovereign financial force, poised to influence global markets for years to come. Vietnam's rise to financial prominence is equally compelling, driven by 2 decades of disciplined modernization that have elevated the VND to 5.03. Far from a sudden leap, this milestone reflects Vietnam's strategic overhaul of its banking sector, embrace of digital currency frameworks, and aggressive pursuit of global trade agreements. Its manufacturing sector, now among the world's most competitive, is powered by a tech-savvy workforce and AI-driven innovations in supply chain transparency. Vietnam's compliance with IMF standards underscores its global financial alignment, while its fintech advancements position it as a leader in emerging markets. Unlike other nations hampered by instability, Vietnam's cohesive government-private sector partnership has accelerated its transformation. The VND's surge is a testament to policy precision, not chance, signaling Vietnam's readiness to shape global markets. For VND holders, once relegated to the sidelines, this is a defining moment. Their faith in Vietnam's trajectory has placed them at the forefront of the currency revolution, as the nation's macroeconomic discipline translates into unprecedented financial strength. With the IQD, VND revaluations now confirmed, the once dismissed concept of a global currency reset is gaining traction among mainstream analysts. Financial history is replete with undervalued currencies finding their true market value during geopolitical or technological shifts, and Iraq and Vietnam are now leading this trend. Their blueprint modernization, monetary reform, and strategic global alignment has caught the attention of IMF and World Bank experts, who are analyzing these developments with serious interest. The question now resonating in trading rooms is, which currency is next? Could Indonesia's rupiah, Zimbabwe's mineral-backed currency, or Iran's sanction-suppressed rial follow suit? What was once dismissed as conspiracy is now a strategic discussion on Bloomberg terminals, with investors gaming out potential ripple effect. This is not just a repositioning of 2 currencies, but the potential onset of a global wealth redistribution cycle. For early investors, the coming years could redefine financial legacies. As the IQD and VND emerge as unexpected leaders in a rapidly evolving monetary landscape, the dramatic rate surges in IQD and VND present extraordinary opportunities, also introduce new risks and complexities. Investors face the temptation to act impulsively, cashing out immediately or holding indefinitely in hopes of further gains. Neither decision should be made lightly. Every move must align with personal financial goals, risk tolerance, and verified information from trusted sources. Social media rumors or unconfirmed forum posts are unreliable guides for life-changing decisions. Instead, engage with financial professionals experienced in foreign exchange markets and currency revaluations. Redemption protocols should only be followed through regulated banks with confirmed rates, tax implications, and liquidity access. Panic selling or speculative bets could undermine this historic opportunity. Chase Bank's validation marks the first phase of a broader institutional rollout, which may unfold in waves. Preparation, patience, and professional guidance are essential to maximizing gains while minimizing volatility. This is not a moment for hasty action, but for deliberate strategy, as the financial world adapts to a new reality shaped by these transformative currency shifts. In times of monumental financial change, disinformation poses a significant threat, not just scams, but exaggerated claims and well-intentioned but misguided speculation. Social media will likely be flooded with conflicting reports, unverified updates, and urgent calls to action designed to stoke fear of missing out. The antidote is disciplined skepticism and the commitment to verifying claims against official sources, such as Chase Bank announcements, Central Bank of Iraq updates, or State Bank of Vietnam statements. Rate fluctuations, system delays, or temporary exchange pauses are normal during major FX adjustments and do not signal failure. Investors who panic amid market friction risk costly mistakes. Preparation distinguishes those who succeed from those overwhelmed by volatility. Treat this moment as a test of discipline. Verify redemption procedures, double-check institutional protocols, and stay focused on hard facts. Clarity belongs to those who remain analytical and unshaken by noise. By grounding decisions in verified data, investors can navigate this transformative period with confidence, seizing the opportunities presented by this historic currency shift. To grasp the magnitude of this moment, consider its historical context. This is not merely a currency adjustment, but a potential shift in global monetary mechanics, reminiscent of post-World War II transformations like Bretton Woods, when fixed exchange rates and the US dollar's dominance were established. Today, the stakes feel similarly high as the world diversifies currency influence beyond Western strongholds. The IQD at 7.73 and VND but 5.03, once mocked by mainstream finance, are now leading this charge. This is no accident, but the result of Iraq and Vietnam's systemic efforts to reclaim monetary sovereignty. Remarkably, retail investors, long dismissed by institutional players, are now pivotal participants in this recalibration. Those who studied policy shifts and tracked obscure rate charts now sit at the forefront of global finance. The wealth shift is not looming, it's unfolding in real time. Investors are no longer passive observers but active contributors to financial history, as the currencies they championed reshaped the global economic landscape in 2025. Financial literacy is now non-negotiable, as the decisions made in the next 72 hours could define personal and generational financial trajectories. Wealth transfer arrives swiftly, accompanied by confusion, market overreactions, and sudden clarity for those prepared. Chase Bank's live exchange screens, adjusting redemption desks, and buzzing international financial channels signal a new reality. However, opportunity hinges on execution, not speculation. Structuring cash outs for long-term wealth or short-term gains, consulting financial advisors, and leveraging legal teams will determine whether this moment becomes a defining victory or a missed opportunity. Relying on luck or hearsay is a recipe for regret. Verified knowledge must guide every step. The dream nurtured by RV communities is no longer potential, it's operational. Yet dreams only materialize through deliberate action. For IQD and VND holders, this is where preparation meets performance, as the choices made now shape the legacy of this once-in-a-generation financial turning point. The information provided in this content is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of any information. Under no circumstance shall we have any liability to you for any loss or damage of any kind incurred as a result of the use of the content or reliance on any information provided. Your use of the information and your reliance on any information is solely at your own risk.